segue.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
Daniels backing up. He's just going to have to let one fly. Now, steps up, fires, heads towards the end zone. It is...
All right, folks, it's episode 84. We're well on our way to 100 episodes. We got a lot to talk about tonight on The Brothers Hack the Matrix.
Yeah, there you go! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go.
All right, welcome aboard. It's time for The Brothers Hack the Matrix. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and I'm joined by there can be only one, the Hylunder, because I've only got one brother. I've only got one sibling, and he rocks and rolls, even on the Apple side of the house. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Doing. Rocking and rolling. Looking in the chat. Yeah, we're not talking about the LSU Tigers.
See, you know,
So
look,
when-
I don't even know why we crown this guy sometimes, because you know sometimes he's just a troll, but that's
That's cool.
okay.
That's cool.
That's okay though. We still love him though.
Yeah.
If I can find his video, I'd play it. If I can find it.
There are some who call me Tim.
That's right. Tim is in here, and I'm not putting your other comment up, sir. You're just trolling my brother. We all know that.
Troll.
But I will put my brothers up. We're not talking about the Tigers tonight, sir. Yeah. We're not even talking. We're not even going to talk college football tonight. We have got so much on the plate tonight. I had to cut a bunch of stuff out of the show because we have got so much great stuff to talk about tonight. Huh?
A bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff. Stuff and things, as Rick Grimes, my favorite character on The Walking Dead, would say.
Word.
So let's get to business, man. And you know the most important thing? The people want to know what the axe is, bro.
It is the Epi SG with the little humbuckers, man. This is very
I've never
light.
seen that one.
Yeah, I got this from a friend of mine that I would say we jam, but we just never can get squared away. But he's got a pretty extensive collection. He was making some room. Yeah. And he asked me if I was interested, and I said, heck yeah, man. I've tracked with this. I've done a couple songs with it. It's light. It's the Angus Young thing. So it's cool. I dig it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, it's good to see everybody. I see Vince is hard working in the chat. I do not have a beverage tonight. I was in here at the last second, did not bring my beverage.
There we go.
I'll have to pound it. That's it. That's it. I'll have to pound it. Is that the mug I got you, or is that a different one? Yeah, I got you that one, didn't I?
Maybe so.
I can't remember. I thought I did.
Infragable Crunk.
But anyway, look, dude, do you have to yell at me?
Yo.
He said it's time to get to work, man. It's time to get to the top of the heap.
Top of the heap.
And actually, I'm actually excited to talk about some of the top of the heap tonight because we had some news break this week that was pretty cool, actually, for a change. Instead of just, Eject!
Fire on the flight deck.
This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Well,
what can men do against such reckless quarterbacking and interception?
No, it's too early for that, man. We're not at the jockstrap.
What can men do?
What can
your
fans
quarterback
do?
Is turned on you.
What can Colts fans do against such recklessly idiot quarterback play? No.
What can men do?
Anyway, you know how we're going to start this one off. We always start off just to remind you that it is day 978. Ukraine briefing. Russian forces thwarted another attempt to cross border incursion, officials say. Armed group tried to breach the border between Ukraine and Bryansk.
Hell yeah.
Regions. Governor says
freaking piece of territory, man. That's
yikes, man.
Go place right there.
Well, the big thing we found out this week is apparently there's North Koreans in Russia training.
What?
Some articles say 3,000. Some articles say 10,000.
Some are saying women in bikinis are.
Some are advertising women in bikinis and pumping up the numbers.
You just never know what's going on at the front.
But North Korean troops are already in Russia. U.S. confirms this, apparently.
Yes,
that's a disturbing development.
It really is. Now they're bringing in foreign troops, and look, Ukraine's going to be compelled to bolster their manpower.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to send troops in for them?
Here's the question I keep asking myself, though, man. How come their neighbors aren't helping them out? That begs a question, because their neighbors, you would think they'd have, good relationships with them,
Well, I think their neighbors have good relations with Russia.
Yeah.
We
know they do. A lot of energy from there.
Well, I was going to say Russia in that region is an economic power. So, you got to weigh that out, That's a tough position to be in, but it'll be interesting. If the North Koreans are, and it looks like they're there to help out the dwindling numbers, because they've taken a lot of losses.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides have, obviously, but Russia's really taken a lot of losses, and they're going to get some of their manpower supplemented by North Korea now. Who's going to be tasked to supplement for Ukraine?
Yeah, that's it's it's part of the escalation I've been fearing ever since.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the original question that I had. Do you support Ukraine in that effort, or do you back down and let Mother Russia annex and take control? Because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop there.
Yeah. We all know what he's all about. He wants to bring all the Soviet satellites back in, right? Let's see. Vince says that's why we need Trump back in office. Camel toe negotiated with Russia, and 3 days later, the conflict started. Yeah, well, Vince has a point. Crudely put, but he has a point. Little Rocket Man just seeks attention. Yes, he does. NATO needs to pull back. Well, I mean, I don't, if they're a free nation, I don't want to see them go under. But at the same time, we've got problems at home that we need to be taken care of with our money. So,
well, yeah, we've definitely funded their war effort for sure.
And the guy that's the art of the deal maybe can fix this thing. He keeps saying, and it didn't pop off when he was in office. It never did.
No, we didn't have these kinds of firestorms all over the globe. So what if he's able to broker a deal that would be unpopular in the long run? But
unpopular.
Well, maybe he brokers a deal in the background, say, okay, you give up a sliver of this to the Baltic Sea and you keep this and you keep your independence. And these deals that are made at that level, they're never above board.
Oh, Ukraine's going to give up land.
Take your
they're going to give up land
out of Cuba, and we'll take our missiles 6 months later out of freaking Turkey.
No,
that deal.
Yeah, right. The other escalating thing that's going on is in the Middle East. Israel begins retaliatory strikes against Iran following missile barrage.
Iran.
Israel conducting precise strikes against Iran and Tehran. And from what I've been reading about, apparently they're hitting old nuke sites and stuff like that. So, yeah, that one is... I mean, man, they're firing rockets, and they're firing rockets. And,
it started in the Gaza Strip, but it just didn't stay there. And Israel is hell bent on attacking Hamas wherever they might be.
Yeah, well, and can you blame
for these people?
Right,
you're on the freaking hit parade. That's all.
Yeah, the U.S. didn't tolerate rockets in Cuba, so why should Russia tolerate NATO bases around Russia? That's always been their argument, hasn't it? It's always been their argument. They don't. I mean, and I think that's why Biden has used this place as a money laundering thing and never even thought about bringing them into NATO. But we all know what the real reason why they can't get into NATO. Guys, you have to be a certain height. Okay, you have.
Wow, short people got no reason.
But back here in the States,
no reason.
The Trump train continues, and it had a very interesting event happen this week. Tulsi Gabbard was speaking at one of his events, and
I thought you were going to talk about when he was talking about how big Arnold Palmer's schlong was.
No. I'd rather talk about the girl I think of. The girl I think of as Wonder Woman. I'm a big fan of this chick. Absolutely a big fan of this chick. And she had something to say at a recent event held by Trump. Check it out. As soon as I get the sound right.
Here we go.
Because of my love for our country, and specifically because of the leadership that President Trump has brought to transform the Republican Party and bring it back to the party of the people and the party of peace, that I'm proud to stand here with you today, President Trump, and announce that I'm joining the Republican Party.
Huge.
Don't even believe it.
Yeah.
Look at his look on his face.
The look on his face, right? That's pretty funny. Yeah, man, what a deal. I don't really care what party she's in.
I'll take it out to you for 4 years from now, because the concern is what are our choices going to be 4 years from now? Her as the president and Ramaswamy as the VP. That would be a great.
Or people have suggested the other way around.
I said this. I think that would be a great ticket her as a presidential candidate and him as the VP. Two great young minds.
People want, especially the left, want a female president. They've tried to push a couple of them now.
I'm so sick of that bullshit.
I know.
I don't give a fuck if they're what they might be.
Yeah.
Are they for our Constitution, Bill of Rights? Are they for the pillars of the United States? Are they for that?
Right.
I don't care who they are.
I understand that, Dan, but here's the idiocy of the Democratic Party. They had a chick like her in the ranks that checked every one of their little diversity, equity, and inclusion boxes, and they shunned her. They completely friggin' ran her out.
Obviously her ideology was not in line with, and she wasn't
them.
Yeah, she wasn't going to do that. She's shown that.
Yeah, and I don't personally care if she's in the Republican Party or not. I just like the fact that she's leaning conservative. So
I think she sees her path to the White House and she could do the most good for we the people. She's got to be under one of these flags. She's got to be.
She has to, because
you have to be
her last time she ran in 2020, she wouldn't take public money, which, hats off to you, but you're not going to get elected that way. And, you're
not, because if you don't have the money and the backing and the machine behind you, you're just not going to be heard.
Right. But anyway, also the Don was on with the biggest podcaster on the planet this week. Joe Rogan reflects on podcast interview with former president. Got this ability to just keep going. He was saying the man's a comedian. He really likes his energy. Joe Rogan really was impressed with the president, and he didn't get all the answers he wanted out of him. But I would suggest you guys watch that podcast. I think it was really good. He did ask him about the JFK files. I knew he was going to ask him about it. And he said, look, there's people still alive that are in that file. And I just, I didn't want to do it at the time.
What does it matter if they're still alive? It wouldn't give us the same consideration.
No, I know.
Not at all. So I don't want to hear that. Release that shit. What are we, 2 years old? That's our files. We pay for that shit. I want to know.
Yep. I know, but
they're never going to release that stuff because.
He's saying he's going to if he gets elected, he's going to release it this time.
He said last time he was reelected, and he didn't release it. So there you go.
But anyway, the other presidential candidate, Miss Kamala, is busy calling the ex-president a fascist, and Kamala Harris issues warning over reports Donald Trump said he needed generals like Hitler. So now that he's, now that was that quote has been heard, that all they can say is he's a fascist and he's going to be a dictator, and the same old talking points they've been using.
This is the thing about that you get with Trump. He's going to say shit that's just going to be outlandish. And
clippable, right? Stuff.
Clippable.
Yeah.
And, I always see this commercial about how he's supposedly talking to billionaires and we're rich and giving tax breaks. If you look at that video, that's obviously been cut. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But, who sees through that? They're pandering to their base, just like Trump is pandering to his, she's pandering to hers. And who can they scoop up in the middle? Whose votes can they scoop up in the middle? Be interesting to see.
That's it. Yep. And Vince makes a good point here. Surprised Tulsi joined the Republican Party just means she plans on staying in politics. That's exactly what it means.
It's exactly what she's got to.
It's going to be interesting to see if he does get elected, what job he's giving RFK. We know Elon Musk is on board. We know Tulsi's on board. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty solid with Vivek too. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he's solid with him. Yep. So I think all of these guys are going to have a place in this cabinet.
Great young minds. And as far as that goes.
And that's what these political parties need, damn it. They need some younger blood in there. God, I'm tired.
They need some shining stars, and their voices need to be heard.
Man, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of grumpy old men. I'm looking for the video, but I can't see
that's my position. And we've talked about it before. Mm-hmm. I'm just not going to vote for somebody that's over 65. I'm just not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. By the way, guys, he's already voted. Do you want to tell him who you voted for, man?
Ramaswamy. I mean, I read his book. I watch his podcast. I see his town hall meetings. The guy's very bright. He's a young guy. He's passionate about the country, passionate about where we can go, and obviously doesn't like where our nation is right now. Nation of victims. Read the book. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory, but he's got a lot of good points, a lot of things that I agree with. And yeah, I wrote him in. So we need young minds that believe in our founding. That's what we need.
Yep. Jennifer Williams, good to see you. Thanks for coming on board. Let's see. What's Vince talking about? You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land, the common clay of New West, morons. Oh, I forgot who said that. It's good to see you there, Jennifer. I forgot where that quote's from. I've heard that before. Damn it, Vince. Help me out. Who said that? It was great. But anyway, okay, look, man, relax. I know we're done with Top of the Heap. You can get off my butt, dude.
Yo.
Jeez. He said it's time for the jockstrap.
Oh,
It's time for a different kind of millionaire.
dude,
these guys.
Like the LSU Tigers right there on freaking Saturday night.
Shush now. We ain't talking about college football today. We are not talking about college football today.
Did you see that long play video I sent you of old boy shooting hoops?
No.
Oh my goodness. You need to check it out.
Is it good?
It's hilarious, dude. Yeah.
Check it out.
He was calling his shots and everything, just banging them off the backboard, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we lost a great actor in that one when he passed.
Yeah, we did.
But anyway, top story in sports this week, of course, is the World Series. The LA Dodgers are out to a 2-0 lead on the Bankies. I love it. And they won game 1 in Kirk Gibson-like fashion, didn't they, Dan?
It was game 1 or game 2. I really don't care. It was a beautiful walk-off home run, grand slam. But yeah, they're up 2 games. What's his name? Ohtani's got the shoulder injury. They're hoping to get him back for game 3.
Right.
I mean, if there's any justice in the world, it's going to be a freaking sweep because I can't stand the Yankees, man. Oh, my God.
They're hoping to get him back for game 3. I'm not sure. It may be tonight. I'm not absolutely sure. Do they get 1 or 2 days to travel? Because I know they're going back to New York.
Pretty sure it's 2-day travel.
Must be Tuesday then, because I'm pretty sure they played their last game Saturday night. So, but anyway, they're hoping to get him back. And if you don't know about it, got it in here somewhere. Where did it go?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. But anyway, they're hoping to get him back. Apparently, he was sliding into second base and jacked his shoulder up somehow. So I something tells me the guy's going to be fine. They're gonna shoot him up and he'll be in there to play.
Well, it's interesting. You want to see what the extent of that injury, if it's his right, if it's throwing shoulder, because he didn't pitch this year. He's supposed to pitch next year.
Yeah, that's crazy. This guy does everything on a baseball field, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or baseball diamond, whatever you want to call it.
Baseball diamond.
Oh my gosh.
It's not the green iron.
Before the World Series, though, we did have some bad news about the Dodgers. I remember this guy.
Yeah, dude.
Dodgers star Fernando Valenzuela, who changed Major League Baseball by sparking Fernando Mania.
Fernando Mania,
63. Dude. Yeah, he was a very popular pitcher for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he was. And at one time, he was damn near unhittable, this guy. He was a workhorse. This is back when these guys would pitch, 100, 150,
Starters went deep.
They didn't have pitch counts like they have now. So, he was amazing. And his stick was when he did his windup, he would look to the sky and then come to the plate with it.
Yeah.
And, amazing pitcher. And, I talked to Dwayne about this. Dwayne doesn't know anything about sports at all. But I said, do you know who Fernando Valenzuela was? Oh, yeah, it was a pitcher for the Dodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you were a baseball fan.
Yeah.
Fernando
There's certain
Mania.
names that people remember. And, he was one of them. So, God rest you there, Fernando. You will be missed. But we will always remember the great play of this pitcher from the LA Dodgers, and they probably will win the World Series. I would imagine they're going to win it this year. I hope. I'm hoping.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm not guaranteeing shit. I don't know nothing about baseball.
I'm
hoping they do because they're playing the Bankies, and we all know how much
the Spanktastics.
That's right, the Spanktastics. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Oh yeah, that's right. Gene Wilder said that. I forgot. Blazing Saddles. Yes, that's it. Yes, morons.
Morons.
Let's see. Yes, sports ball. Good time to get something away from the computer.
Yeah, dude.
He's not a sports ball guy. This one I love reporting on because our beloved New England Patriots pulled one out yesterday against
A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Jets.
Aaron Rodgers' Jets are so disorganized, they used all 3 timeouts after running just 10 plays in the first quarter of their game against the Patriots.
They're terrible, man.
The Jets have made the deal with the devil, and they are getting blown up by it. You've got to love it. I think it's totally awesome. Thoughts on this one, Dan?
Well, I didn't pick the freaking Patriots. I won't be picking them the rest of the year because obvious reasons. But I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious how they fired a good young coach.
Yes, they did.
And they're still disorganized. They're still, they don't look like they have a lot of direction. They still play solid defense.
Yeah.
But offensively.
But apparently not solid enough because a Patriot squad that has no offense all year long mustered 25 against them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's not unlike the Saints, dude. You're losing the locker room there.
Yeah.
Something's not right. Something's rotten in Denmark because they got a lot of good talent there in Jetland. But,
that they do.
It's kind of mishmash. These guys don't have a lot of time together, and people outwardly like, well, they have this skill player here and this skill player here. But how much time have they practiced together and play in game situations? Do they know where each other are?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady used to talk about that with him and his receivers. He just knew when he dropped back and he had to get to his third option. He's already delivering it because he knows that guy's going to be where he's
supposed to be. Yeah.
So,
all he has to do is glance at it. Yep.
And then freaking Aaron Rodgers is just he doesn't do anything wrong, so it's always somebody else. So
we see this out of all of these guys when they get to a certain age, they just don't want to give it up, and it starts to go downhill. And sometimes when it does happen, it starts to happen fast. And I believe that's what we're seeing here with him. He can't move anymore, and that was part of his game. Guys, I know Aaron Rodgers doesn't run like Jaden Daniels or anything like that, but he could get out of the pocket. He could get out of trouble, and he can't do it anymore. They have to protect him.
Downs. I mean, he was difficult. He was difficult. He could break the pocket and go.
After popping his Achilles, he does not have that mobility anymore. It's been taken away from him, and it shows. And I mean, if it was anybody else, I'd say I hated for him, but this is karma as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, his mouth shot down a lot of coaches and players along the way. So,
including this year. So, hey. Speaking of Jaden Daniels, though, the entire country was watching yesterday, and they said, look, guys, that football game we saw between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commandos, my hat is off to you. You put on an entertaining showcase of what is good about the NFL yesterday. We saw a guy that I'm not a fan of, Caleb Williams, actually suck it up in the fourth quarter and start driving his team. Yep. He looked like he was in complete control at the end of that game. He got beat up. The Washington defense was beating the shit out of him the whole game. Mm-hmm. But he sucked it up, to his credit. I'll call you got to call it like you see it. He did a great job bringing them back and taking the lead with barely any time left. And with the little bit of time they had left, Jaden Daniels was Tom Brady-like at the end of it. And Aaron Rodgers-like. I mean,
what our guy Stuart Scott used to say?
Yeah.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Other side of the pillow.
Now, you talk about a guy sucking it up, right? This guy's playing with some rib injuries, and he's
out there with busted ribs. They couldn't crack the end zone the whole day. They were settling for field goals. They were down 15-12 because the Bears had scored in the fourth quarter a couple of times. And, well, let's just hear it from the Washington Commanders radio network,
Absolutely.
what it sounded like when this happened, okay? This is brought to us by Rich Eisen, who I'm a big fan of, and he played this today on his podcast.
Radio network.
Daniels backing up. He's just going to have to let one fly. Goes to the right side. Steps away from the defenders. Gives himself some time. Now steps up, fires. Heads towards the end zone. It is...
Look at that guy's face to the right.
Look, I just want to say this about the guy that caught the ball. That game was only close because he dropped some crucial passes.
Yes, he did. And
he
right
dropped
he
three
was
crucial
in the right
passes that
place.
could have really changed that game. And to his credit, he's on the field. The coach still wants him on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that catches that freaking Hail Mary. It was amazing. Amazing.
Now, check this out.
To the Grand Slam home run walk-off on Friday night by Freddie Freeman, which we'll discuss later on. Jeff Joniak, let's listen to the agony of defeat. This was the call.
Oh, no.
On the Bears radio network.
Jaden Daniels sifting back, being pressured. Jaden Daniels hemmed into the pocket, looking for blockers, looking for something. He's got plenty of time. Launches, deep pass into the area of the end zone. And it's caught by Noah Brown.
It is caught by Noah.
Man, and this place is now gone into bedlam mode. Washington with the miracle finish. 18-15 Washington. Hail Mary, 2 seconds left. Or as they like to say here, Hail Washington. That is the gut punch of gut punches.
That was the gut punch of gut punches. Yeah, I'd say so, man.
Amazing. And look, he had to complete 3 passes just to get them into position to even get that throw off.
Yes.
So,
he sure did.
The guy is
I just wanted to highlight that game because that is what you want to see out of 2 professional football teams, man. Hats off to the Chicago Bears. They put on a great show. They really did. It was a war of attrition. The whole day was. Yep. They were hitting each other. They were getting after
very physical game. Very physical.
It was fantastic. If you like good physical matchups in football games, it was a lot of fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
it was very cool.
And then you
hats off to both teams, but it sure. And look, man, that's how they coach the Hail Mary. You want to have somebody leak out behind it just in case it gets popped up.
But that's not how you coach defending it, though.
No, it's not. And what's the kid's name? I think it's Stevenson was the guy that they've actually caught him on. Somebody was at the game shooting it with their phone, and you could see him talking trash to the Washington fans.
Oh, yeah, right before the snap of the ball.
Outside the numbers as the play's going on the field.
Oh, I don't know about that, but he was talking shit.
No, it was, Dan. I'm telling you, I can look it up and show it to you right now.
Anywho, he was talking shit.
He was talking shit.
And then they lose.
Oh, man. He's the one that popped it up in the air, too. He ran back over there and popped it up in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
just crazy. Great stuff, man.
It was awesome ending. Obviously I'm a homer, so I love to see that for Jaden Daniel.
Yeah.
It was a great football game. Really was.
I think
physical game. Yeah.
What fan base needs this more than the Washington fan base? I mean, they've had to struggle underneath the reign of Daniel Snyder for how many years, mucking it up for them, and now they've got an owner that gives a shit, and he's picking the right people, and they're making all the right moves.
The owner was down on the sideline when they threw that pass interference, and he was like, "What?"
Yeah, he couldn't believe it.
Himself.
He's like, "What?" No.
Oh yeah,
he thought they had it in the bag, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a deal! It was awesome. Okay, I could talk about this all day, but the boss won't let me.
Yo.
He said it's time for the flicks, man. It's time to watch Rocky get beat up and
Luke get his freaking
and Bruce save Nakatomi Tower, man. Yeah. Time to do all that stuff, man. It's time to get all that under.
I don't understand it. I mean, it's just handing his hand right out there. Just whack. Take my hand, please. Golden diaper. What's going on?
What is going on? But let's take a look at the box office numbers for this week. Venom, of course, was number one at the box office. It made $51 million this weekend. I think it was like $175 million worldwide it made on its opening weekend. You said you went and saw this. What'd you think of it? Not a big fan, though. Yeah. Now, I want you have to take this with a grain of salt, folks. My brother is not a Venom fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big, huge Venom fan. It was kind of scatterbrained for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is what it is. If you're a Venom fan, my wife liked it. She's a Venom fan. She dug it. So
yeah. Okay. There you go. Smile 2 makes $9 million. Wild Robot 6.5. Conclave makes 6.5. That's got some decent actors in it, but that's something they need to be putting on Netflix these days, if you ask me, for older folks.
Right.
We Live in Time is number 5 with $4 million. So that's your box office for this week. We found out this week some good news if you're a fan of any of these guys. Tom Holland joins Matt Damon in Christopher Nolan's new mysterious film, which is rumored to be a 1920s vampire horror movie. He said about the phone call that was the call of a lifetime, getting called by Christopher Nolan. Now, I don't know. I know you're a fan. I am a fan of this guy.
Absolutely, yeah. I like the way he shoots a movie for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes to use
the way he uses the scenery as a part of as a character in the movie.
He does.
That,
he absolutely does. And he shies away as much as he can from CGI. He wants to use practical effects with everything he does. I mean, even Tenet, which a lot of people kind of panned and didn't like as much as some of his other movies, which I loved. I thought Tenet was great. And the real thing that really blew me away in Tenet was how he used practical effects to show like that big scene at the end of it where they had one army going one way in time and they had the other army going the other way in time. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh.
Huh? You didn't like it? I thought it was great.
No, I just got too convoluted and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I'll have to go back and watch. But overall, his movies I really dig. That's the one movie that I've seen so far that I really didn't care for. But, you know.
Well, he likes to bend your mind with what he does.
No doubt.
He likes to make you think. So
no doubt.
But Tom Holland is going to be working with Matt Damon, who was on Oppenheimer, the one that he won his Academy Award for. So that ought to be good, man. We'll see. I'm a big fan of the vampire genre. So
I'm just not, man.
I am. That's you're probably a Frankenstein guy if I know you.
No, I dig. I don't care for any of that stuff. Werewolves are cool and all, but I'm just not,
You're not into the Universal Monsters,
Vampire,
Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon's one of them too, though.
Mm-hmm.
And he was cool. But anyway, okay. Next up, I've talked about this guy so many times. Tentative settlement reached in Roman Polanski's 1973 LA rape case. Apparently he may get his chance to come back to the United States. He's been dodging the United States ever since. And this guy, he's a good director. He made movies like Chinatown, Rosemary's Baby. He's a gifted guy, but
he's Hollywood, so they're going to get him back.
Teenagers is not the greatest thing in the world, man.
I mean, honest to God, Hollywood has got a history of just
flakes,
child abuse.
Yeah,
and they're going to wag your finger at us. That bunch over there, man. You want to talk about whack jobs? Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well,
not all of them. Not all of them.
About all of them. I'm talking about a lot of them, though.
There's a lot of them, though.
Money people, directors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, Diddy Files.
No, listen to you, man. We're not quite there yet. We got to talk about one more good guy, man.
Diddy Files.
We got to talk about one more good guy, man.
All right, let's see. Who's the good guy?
We got to talk about Ron Ely. He passed away this week, man.
Yeah.
TV's Tarzan from the 1960s. He passed away. Believe he was in his 80s, I think. 86.
Yeah, he was
died at the age of 86. He was on TV for quite a while. Ron Ely was. in the early days. And I don't know if you remember this or not, Dan, he played Doc Samson on television.
No.
Yes, he did.
I did not know this.
Check it out sometime, dude. He did a good job at it too. Ron Ely, dead at the age of 86. All right. It is time. It is time to get to what Danny is just chomping at the bit to get to, because he loves exposing. He loves turning on the lights and watching the cockroaches run.
Rich, powerful pukes, perverted bastards.
It's Diddy Files.
Diddy Files.
Diddy Files. You know what time it is. It's Diddy Files.
Y'all know what time it is?
You all know what time it is. What
It's
the
time for
hell, man? Guys, we have got so much stuff, but the first big thing we've got here is Jamie Foxx, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Jamie Foxx claims Sean Diddy Combs was responsible for his mysterious 2023 hospitalization during actor's stand-up show.
Crazy, right?
Apparently, this guy, hang on, Vince has never seen Tenet. It's good. I like it. Yeah, man. Apparently he poisoned him, I think is the story.
That's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming. Look, before it's all said and done with all that, and you're going to go through the litany of freaking headlines. Before it's all said and done, they're going to have a picture of Diddy on the grassy knoll taking the lethal shot that kills JFK. Yes. The Diddy Files.
He is the one that did it all. I think this is funny, man. Moment Diddy lets out creepy laugh as he invites a 13-year-old Devanda Chase to a party in resurfaced video amid the latest sex abuse allegations. And look, this video is no longer available. Imagine that, Dad. Imagine that. I mean,
you lose in the Diddy Files, dude. Look, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a video. That fake ass moon landing back in the 70s, it's gonna be Diddy. It's not Neil Armstrong, man. That's Diddy coming down. The white party, boom.
Jailed rappers, A-list pals, zipping lips amid fear of being dragged into court to give testimony. And there's quite a litany of names, man.
I hope he spills the beans, man. They say his lawyer says he wants to freaking, tell his story. And he says Diddy knows that he is a marked man in there. He says if he gets off, it won't be from another inmate.
Mm-hmm.
Tell that jail is under investigation. Yeah, right there, right now.
Multiple federal agencies.
Sí, senor.
Yeah, man. Wow. This is the same place that housed Epstein.
Yep.
And then earlier today, Chris Brown accused of drugging and raping victim on Sean Diddy Combs' yacht in 2020.
Not Chris Brown. That guy. He's pretty upstanding, right?
Yeah, he's an upstanding citizen, wouldn't you say?
He's the guy who was beating on his old lady, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, Chris Brown. He's a model citizen.
Diddy Files, boys.
Diddy Files. The Diddy Files.
I think what we're going to have to do is start counting how many articles. I think that was
like every 2 hours they have a new headline.
I think there was about 6 to 8 there. We may have to, see if there's a record for Diddy Files.
Dude, what
now,
take like a 24-hour snapshot and see how many.
Everybody gets their chance to,
absolutely
have their day in court.
He's presumed innocent.
Mm-hmm. Holy baby oil, Batman! It's the Diddler.
The Diddy Files.
I'm surprised Diddy is still alive.
I'm with you, Vince. I'm with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. They must have exchanged CCTV cameras with the function.
Didn't work out very well for Epstein.
No, it did not.
If this guy gets to court and has his day, I'll be amazed.
I think
really
he will. I think he's going to name names. He's going to name the names that they want him to name. And I keep saying this. Everybody knew he was doing this, folks.
Oh yeah.
Who did he piss off?
He pissed
that
off
got him in this situation he's in right now.
Who did he piss the wrong person? So the wrong person's kid is who he got messed with. So.
That's what you need to ask yourself. Who did he piss off?
Yo.
He said it's earthquake time, man.
The Diddy Files.
Time to get to the earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
Oithquakes.
Just shoddy surveying going on. I mean, honest to God. What is going on with these roads and these buildings, man?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Shoddy.
I have no clue.
Questionable.
But you know what? We've got some, I mean, these articles we got today are something else. First of all, I'm surprised you didn't have this guy in the contention for your
No, I was zoned in.
SJW award.
I'm zoned in.
Hugh Hefner's son, Cooper, offers $100 million cash to buy iconic Playboy brand, My Family's Legacy. I got news for you, Cooper. There's obviously a reason why he didn't leave you the family business. You're obviously a moron if you think 100 million is going to get you the bunny ears, man. It's going to be a lot more than that.
Dr. Evil there. $1 million.
Right?
You
I mean, that's just, dude. I wonder how much that would fetch now. First of all, they don't make the magazine anymore. It's only online. Okay. And I have the channel on my Apple TV. You know, I've always been a fan of Playboy. I mean, back in the day, I'm not saying I read it only for the articles, but back in the day, some of the ones our dad had.
Very
uplifting. Yeah, right. Very uplifting. No, they had some great stories in them. I mean, hell, Ian Fleming's James Bond had his first short stories in those books, you know? I mean, but yeah, the babes are awesome. But the thing about Playboy, though, is
Where's
wasn't.
The pictures?
I'm not going to sit there and put the pictures up.
What's the words? I don't understand these words.
What are these words?
I'm telling you. How many advertisements must you have?
But I just think it's funny. He tried to do it with 100 million. You're
100
crazy,
million.
Man. Next up, scientists propose shooting $200 trillion worth of pulverized diamonds into the atmosphere.
Why?
To cool down the Earth, Dan. Don't you know it's going to reflect the sun away from the atmosphere? These are what the brainiacs are. I should have put this
going into the freaking best and brightest.
Right,
dude.
that should have been best and brightest. But we don't elect these guys to go. These are scientists. They're independent study people. They're not people that we vote on or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
people trust their freaking opinion. That should have been the best and brightest.
Okay, all right, bro. But that's kind of dumb if you ask me.
Yeah, dude.
Let's do what we got here.
We're assuming that these scientists are geniuses. Diamonds and oh my god.
You can get pics from similar talented photographers and models for free. Yes, you can. And that's part of the downfall of Playboy magazine.
Look, McDonald's is actually trying to thin the herd. This is what I think.
Thinning the herd. How? McDonald's quarter pounders linked to deadly E. coli outbreak, CDC says. One person in Colorado died. 49 people in 10 states fell ill. Company says slivered onions were the likely culprit.
Slivered onions?
Yes, the slivered onions.
Last count I saw was late last week. It was 75. But hey.
Wow.
So they're saying the onions are the source of
Yeah. I read that earlier today too. It wasn't the meat; it was the onions.
Who's in the freaking onion industry, right? You're not going to mess with the meat industry, that's for sure. So
yep, that's moronic. Diamonds don't reflect light; it refracts it.
Yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah, right.
What did I do?
What did I do?
You know what I'm saying? Beef guys are going, no, it wasn't us, man. Come on now.
Police bust restaurant serving a best-selling pizza with side of cocaine. Police reportedly discovered over 3 pounds of cocaine in the pizzeria manager's apartment. Wow.
It's a little addition, okay? A little pick-me-up.
He's getting some on the side, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Little, you know, hey, you want pizza? We got that. You want some dust? We got that too, man. Come on now. We're an all-around service, industry. That's what we do.
Right. And then
what's going on with that?
What is it there? I just got rid of it. What was it?
No, the ads, man. You got
the ads are off the chain, bro. The ads are off the chain on these things. They are. NASA SpaceX crew, 8 astronauts splashed down off a Florida coast. Yeah, they got
the astronauts? What?
No, the guys that have been stranded up at the International Space Station finally made it back home, and they came back the old-fashioned way, bro. They came back. They splashed down in the ocean like we used to watch the astronauts come home all the time.
No
That's
doubt.
how they got home this time. Yep.
No doubt.
I thought that was cool that they came home the old school way.
Old school splash with the
Splashdown,
freaking
baby.
3
Splashdown.
parachutes and whatnot.
That's it.
Teen commits suicide over what? AI girlfriend? Oh my god.
Yeah, this is
going on
bad.
with people,
I saw
man?
this story. Teen commits suicide over AI girlfriend. Mom files lawsuit against the AI company. Yeah, it was on his phone. And
Mom and Dad, if you'd been doing your freaking job in the first place, this kid wouldn't have fallen in love with an AI girl.
yeah. Yeah, Dan. This is the first world problems now, bro.
Yo.
Yeah.
They're gonna be voting.
Yes,
They're
these
gonna be running
people
the country.
will be voting. Yes. He won't though.
But that generation and the next that are all about
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, stuck in the phone. Yep. Absolutely.
unbelievable, dude. Kills himself over an AI girlfriend.
Yes. Yes. And apparently the AI thing was encouraging him to do it. That's why they have filed suit against this place. Hopefully they take him for everything they got.
Bro, I'm looking in the chat and a lot of Vince's messages are retracted. What does that mean?
Oh, that means he's pulled them back because he messes up typing a lot.
Okay, so that's him doing that. That's not YouTube going. You can't say that. All right,
no,
because I was about to go on a fucking rant there. So
no, not at all.
Cool. Cool.
But anyway, he says I deleted them. Yeah, he freely admits sometimes he messes up typing. Yeah,
cool. I just wanted to make sure nobody was.
Speaking of voting, this story I thought needed to be highlighted, Dan, because this is me promoting public discourse. You don't have to treat people who don't believe the same thing you do as enemies. Kid Rock comes out in support of Eminem and Taylor Swift despite political differences.
What is he supporting? Is it like a nonprofit or a fundraiser or what?
No.
What was he actually supporting?
It was just a quote he said. He said, I love Eminem. We've been friends for many years. I don't agree with his politics, but I do give him credit. I do give credit to him and people like Taylor Swift for standing up and not being afraid to be vocal for that which they believe.
Well, and that's the essence of our country. You're able to do that here. So yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I just, that really caught my eye because, well, first of all, I got to tell you, Dan, when I went and saw this guy in concert, I thought he was just a damn DJ. That's what I thought. Right. I didn't know who the guy was. It was the first concert I ever took Amanda to. She was like 15 years old, and it was me, Trish, and Trish's husband at the time. They had 2 extra tickets and we went. I didn't even buy these things, But I like the guy's music, but he did a lot of sampling of different songs and stuff in his stuff, and I thought he was just a DJ.
He's got a live band that goes, and they rock.
But man, you go see his show. That guy is off the chain, dude.
Yeah.
During the solo part of the show, he played every instrument on the fucking stage.
High energy.
He played the drums. He played the keyboard. He played the guitar.
He's a talent, dude. He's a talent, and he can go across genres, across different types of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy's really gifted. He really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, I thought that was neat. He wasn't given his fellow musicians shit. He was saying, "Hey, you can think whatever you want,"
Well, see, that's good that you have a guy like that, on that platform saying something like that, because there's people on that same platform that will condemn anything that he says.
Eminem wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that.
What I'm saying is there's plenty of them out there that take their platform and they really influence people.
Right.
And here's a guy, he's a stand-up guy. He said, look, I'm about free speech. I'm about opinions. They don't, that doesn't align with my opinion, but I respect them for, stating an opinion. There's some other people that are out there. They'll just, you say that, and that means you are a hate monger and you're a communist or you're a socialist.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it to the extreme,
Yeah. And that's we've heard Eminem talk like that. That was my
We
point.
need, like you say, we need more of that to start conversations.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Vince, you're killing me with this, man. With every typo I make, the errorists win.
Yes, they do. Don't let them win, bro. Delete
Don't
every
let 'em win.
message you mess up.
Oh my God. And lastly, in earthquakes, Bezos made decision to kill Harris endorsement, reports Washington Post. He decided not to
Kill it,
endorse
kill it good.
Oh my gosh, that's
Kill it,
that's
and
pretty
kill it
bad
good.
when the owner of Amazon doesn't want you in the hot seat, right? Oh my gosh. Oh man.
He sees the way the wind's blowing. These people still have to do business, man.
Well, boys and girls, it's come to that part of the show where we've got to take a look at those folks that we send to represent us, And,
Yeah, dude.
We only got one article in this section tonight, but we still got to let you know about the best and brightest. And here we go.
Yeah, this guy.
Guess what? Mark Robinson owes North Carolina Highway Patrol $14,000. He still hasn't paid.
Yeah. During his campaign, he claimed $22,000 miles in travel across a public highway, toll highways, and he never, paid the tolls, never reimbursed it. And then, this is once again, Mark Robinson is taking advantage of North Carolina taxpayers, just like he did with his family's nonprofit, which now owes the state over $130,000, said the American Bridge spokesman. It's clear Mr. Robinson is nothing more than a grifter who's looking to become governor so he can rip off North Carolinians even more. So the guy,
wow,
this is one of our leaders, right? So he's an elected official, and I guess he chooses not to pay his tolls. Somebody else can pay it. Taxpayer can pay it, but he's not going to pay it. So all told, you're looking at like $144,000 he owes the state of North Carolina, lieutenant governor.
Wow.
And he wants to become governor. Yeah, best and brightest right there.
I'll tell you what. Yikes.
These people, look, the career politician was not the intent of the founders.
No.
They have really made a niche for themselves, and they make big money doing it.
Yep. Vince says parasite on society. Yep.
Parasite on society. Yes.
That's it. Yes, absolutely. All right, boys and girls, guess what?
Tapeworm on society.
It is time to get out the jockstrap, put the cup in it, get the mouthpiece, get them friggin' shoulder pads on, because it's time to turn out the light.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
It never gets old, man. I'm telling you right there. In a flash of a second, Bob McRae gave Kurt Warner like a 2-hour session at a chiropractor. Right there in 1 second. All the joints and everything cracked and just.
No, I think he helped him out. You're saying that's all he needed was that one hit. He doesn't need to go to the chiropractor now. Yeah.
That was a 2-hour session in a split second.
Whammo! You know what I should do, man? I should bring up that video that I sent you earlier today and show folks that real quick. My gosh. You know what? I'll work on that here.
That Lennox Lewis knockout too with the pow pow.
My gosh, one of the best, fastest freaking 1-2 combos because both those punches connected, and you talk about getting jostled, man. Good Lord,
that is just his whole being.
Damn redonkulous, bro. Redonkulous. Let me see. You guys want to see some hits? Hang on a second. I'm going to do this. I am going to do this, bro. We're going to show the folks some hits. You remember that video I showed you earlier today? We finna show it to them right now. Yeah, man. I'm up for it. You up for it?
Hell yeah, dude.
This
I'm
is
always
back
up for some
when,
big hits, dude.
This is
Here
back
comes
when,
the boom.
Right? Here comes the boom, right? Now, if you're you have a weak stomach, don't watch this section.
I wish I knew it was triggering that freaking thumbs up all the damn time. The rando thumbs up.
Look, boys and girls, this says it all. Back in the time when it was a real contact sport. Here we go.
Funk.
Here comes the. Here comes the. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like.
That was Cam Chancellor, baby.
Down, bro.
Decleters. He stomped that guy.
Oh,
my God. That's scary right there.
You got to see some Harrison in here somewhere. Just crushing the freaking Cincinnati Bengals.
Takedown.
Bro.
Damn.
That's freaking monster hits, dude.
Oh my God. These people have just been liquefied. That's what I'm talking about. With turn out the lights right there. That is what I'm talking about.
That's why those slot receivers like Andre Reed got paid good money, because back then when you went over the middle, that was what was waiting for you right there.
Right.
Waiting for you.
Let's see. Al Sharpton still owes millions in taxes. Yeah. Of
course he does.
If we owe, I know what he's saying here. If we owe just $5, we go to jail. Yeah.
Go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, we go to jail.
Actually, I've owed the IRS before. It's not really that bad, but they do want their money. That they'll negotiate with you and work on a payment plan and everything. But
I bet you money there's no payment plans for these people in wealth and power. There's no payment plan there.
No.
None.
Okay, my final word tonight, boys and girls, when your number's up, it's up. I have to tell you, I've read some of the craziest articles this week about people coming to a sudden end. Let's see. Vince says 2 of those look like they came from a football league that Vince McMahon owned. It could be.
Could be taken on holiday.
Could be taken on holiday.
Whoa,
I know at least one of them was a high school football game. I know that.
I used to play, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, you know it's a violent game. Go ahead and tell them what happened to you, Dan. You would have been a great football player, I have no doubt. But you just had one thing you love to do, and it's actually illegal in college football now.
Well, yeah. It's just I had bad technique tackling. I like to lower my head, and I loved using the helmet as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And it fractured my neck because I had bad technique. You got to head up, wrap, and see what you're hitting. But I definitely use that all the time. All the time.
I always tell people, if you want to see how to tackle, there's 2 people you should watch. Ronnie Lott, the famous safety from the San Francisco 49ers, and Ray Lewis. Both of these guys hit like trucks, and all they did was put these numbers right here on their shoulder, right in the middle of the 2 big numbers on somebody's chest. And they never hit people dirty, but boy, they liquefied folks. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they were hitters. They brought good technique, right? So yeah.
Let's see. I meant that in the way that was a German suplex. Yeah, and the other
pile driver.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Definitely saw a pile
Throw
driver
those in there or something like that. Haven't watched wrestling since WCW. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, there was a couple of hip lock takedowns, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hip lock takedown. That's awesome.
But anyway, getting back to my final word. When your number is up, it's up, boys and girls, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even if you're the Twitch a Twitch exec. Twitch exec Cindy Charles dead at 69 after being run over by a garbage truck.
Come on.
This happened. She was the head of music.
What a terrible way to go.
Executive at Twitch, and she passed away after being run over by a garbage truck last week. I believe she was in Amsterdam, I think. Yeah, Amsterdam. She was there for a dance thing or something like that, and she got run over by a garbage truck. Man. What are the chances of that? I mean, you know, this next one, I love the ocean. I love surfing. I love all of that stuff. I'm a beach bum at heart. When I was in Hawaii in the Army, I really fell in love with it. But when your number's up, it's up.
It's up. Surfer, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't run from it.
Surfer Gilliam Manfredi dead at 36 after being speared by a swordfish while she was surfing.
Come on.
She was surfing and a swordfish jumped out of the friggin' water and skewered her in the chest.
Out of the ocean.
Yes, while she was surfing.
Just randos just fucking ran her through.
Yes.
While she's surfing in the ocean.
Yes. I mean, what are the odds of that happening, Dan? They're incalculable. And this last one,
you'd be more apt to
I'm sure everybody heard about this one. Horrifying details emerge about the 19-year-old Walmart employee found in one of their ovens. This girl, okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but they have walk-in ovens for their bakeries at Walmart. And
okay, makes sense. Yeah.
What makes the story even worse, in some kind of freak action, she was baked to death. Yeah. What the fuck? Exactly.
19-year-old.
19 years old, and she was found by her mother that worked at the same store. I mean, just, oh, God. But boys and girls, these are some of the weirder ones I saw this week. Look, treat every day like it's your last, because it's not promised to you.
Your last. We are not promised one freaking millisecond. We are not. So if you got something you want to do in your life, you need to get started on it right now.
I'm telling you.
I mean, honestly.
For sure. For sure. Okay. So it is time now for my brother's segment, the longest running segment in the Brothers Hack the Matrix. He's got to give out his weekly award to those folks that are trying to do the right thing, but just can't quite get it done. It might be a country or a company or a person or something like that. It's the Simple Jack Award, boys and girls. And I guess we'll call this one the Le Bon Temps Roulé edition, I guess.
There you go, the Big Easy edition.
The Big Easy edition, yeah? Is that what we're going with? Big Easy edition?
I'm actually tempted to run this every week until the freaking Saints.
Until they fire him?
Make a move to better that freaking organization, because we are getting pissed on right now. Dennis Allen sure sounds like a coach who knows the Saints will fire him soon. I don't think they will. That's not been their history. You've lost 4 in a row. This is just a snapshot. You've lost 4 in a row. You're in a 0-0 tie with the Chargers. 4th and 1 on the 47 of the Chargers. And what does fucking Dennis Allen do? Punt team. Let's punt it. Fuck it. That's 5 games lost. Punt. Mickey Loomis, what does he do, right? We need to rebuild. We've got a player in Alvin Kamara that could garner you some good draft picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's trade him. Let's get some. He's got good trade.
He's got some legal trouble that he's got to deal with, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did the Saints do? They re-signed him for a 2-year contract. They extended him out. We're still going to be stuck with a subpar freaking offensive line, garbage quarterback, an aging defense. And instead of going to get us some picks, they extend him out, just like they did with Derek Carr. So I mean, there's big trouble there in the Big Easy, and they went full retard on the Who Dat Nation, and that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
Never go full retard.
Never go full
on the Who Dat
retard.
Nation.
That's
They might get that every week until they straighten that freaking ship out. That's just that's terrible. What's going on? Terrible.
Yeah, I understand, Dan. I mean, my Seahawks, they're at least competing.
Yes,
they
are
didn't compete
competing.
against Buffalo yesterday. That's for sure. They were fighting on the sideline from what I saw.
Yeah, I watched the game, and they were a bit discombobulated. The rain, and I think they're short man on the defensive side of the ball.
They are. They're
going to be there every freaking week. Every team is going to battle.
They are going to battle.
Quit. The Saints have absolutely quit.
Yeah. Look, they came out gangbusters. They were blowing the doors off of people for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it just came apart, man.
Every team is going to deal with injuries, and the Seattle, they're mentally tough, and their quarterback is tough.
Oh, look at the Rams!
Yeah,
the Rams were decimated at the beginning of the season, and they jumped up and bit Minnesota last week.
It's all about how you finish.
Yeah,
and if you can make it into, and the Giants have shown us, if you can make it into the dance on an upswing, on a good uptick, then you can do. The sky's the limit. The Saints have no heartbeat at all, none.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's disgusting.
Hopefully they'll get things routed the right way. It isn't their history to to fire the head coach in the middle of the season. And the shame of it is he's a good defensive mind. He really is, but he's just not a head coach.
His sample size is so fucking huge now.
Yeah.
He's not a good head coach.
He's been a head coach in 2 franchises now, and both of them have been losing records.
He's sub 500. Not even close.
Yeah, it's not. So, okay, let's see. Let's see. Walk-in oven. Didn't even knew something like that existed. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Walk-in freezer. Yes. Walk-in fridge. Yes. Oven. That's a new one. Yeah. She must not have been following
a racking system in there. And
she must not have. Yeah, they bake a lot of stuff all at once.
My
they
problem
make custom cakes, all kinds of stuff.
My problem with that is one person in there. That should be a buddy system for a walk.
You would think. I was about to say, Dan, some safety protocol wasn't followed. It had to be. Yeah,
obviously
it had to be. So, but anyway, well, that's it for today, boys and girls. I want to thank you for being here. Vince, thanks for all the hard work, man. Let me let you know what's going on with the channel. First of all, I got to get the background music going, or Dan might shoot me. No, he made this song just for my credits. So, can you hear it? I got it running. Okay. Yes. Just want to let you know what's going on with the channel before we get out of here. This is the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Monday evening at 5 p.m. Central Time. You guys come check it out if you want to know everything that's going on with the clown show that is 2024 through the week's headlines. Brothers Hack the Matrix every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow night, it's Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails at 10 p.m. Central Time. And I've got a special Halloween edition, as we're going to do some Lollipop Chainsaw. Nothing says Halloween like a hot cheerleader cutting up zombies with a chainsaw and her boyfriend's head strapped to her side. Yeah, man. Lollipop Chainsaw tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Time. Danny's like, wow, what the fuck are you playing, man?
Wow.
You'd have to see it. It's a riot. But anyway, Lollipop Chainsaw tomorrow night on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then, of course, Wednesday, we're going to wrap up our Halloween party by finishing the top 100 horror movies of all time. We're going to have the Sweeney Spot, of course, and everything else pop culture going on this week on State of the Atmosphere at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And don't forget that It's Only Talk and Roll will be coming your way at 7:30. As soon as I go off the air, you go right over to That 70s Rock Fans channel, and he's going to be doing his show about Sabaton this week, and I'll be jumping right over there. You might have to look at my avatar for a minute while I finish my steak and egg dinner that I usually get on Thursday. On
steak
Wednesdays.
and eggs.
Steak and egg breakfast for dinner, buddy. I get it every Wednesday whenever I'm done with the show. So definitely come check out both my show at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, and It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel. His new time is 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So come check that out on Wednesday. And then Friday, it's Sketching the Privateer, the story of America's Pirate Patriot, where I show you my work on my comic book. It's coming right along. You guys come check it out. I'm working on pages of issue 1 now. Now that I'm done with the family portrait and the cover, I'm working on page 1 and going to go straight through the whole first issue. So you guys come check it out on Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, it's time for Game Night with John. He has finished the Telltale series of The Walking Dead, and he's moving on to Fallout. So it's a special mod that allows him to play in New Vegas or something, Fallout 3 in New Vegas. So come check that out on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel, Game Night with John, every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And Jed Revenwolf's channel, monitor that. Whenever the MF Roadhouse comes back, it'll be on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Time. I've got to show you guys the T-shirt I got in the mail. Jed's T-shirts are on sale on his channel, so go check that out. And I got mine in the mail. See, that's my logo right there under the E. That's mine right there. So Danny's like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, Jed's selling T-shirts for the show, so you guys come check it out. I want to know where the hats are. Anyway, the MF Roadhouse comes your way at 9 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays. And then Sunday, myself, Hylunder, Knock, and John bring you NFL pregame party. We'll let you know what happened in college football on Saturday. And then we talk about your weekend slate of games in the NFL. We do it 2 hours before kickoff of the afternoon games at 10 a.m. Central Time every Sunday. And then this Monday, on Military Monday, I couldn't make it this morning, guys. I got up too late. I was up late with football last night. But Military Monday, I'm usually on there with Gary and Anima and Martin. And this week, we're going to be doing Spectral. So come check that out. Military Monday comes your way on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then it's right back around to the Brothers Hack the Matrix. So let's check the comments before we get out of here one more time. Let's see. Yeah, he's got Sharkin' for Pearls in there, bro. He's got the link for Sharkin' for Pearls in there. Anyway, I know my man Vince would want to say cheerio, and I want to thank you guys for being here. And don't forget to go check out. Hang on, let me go ahead and share this real quick since we actually finished a little earlier than I thought. So I want to go ahead and push this when I can. Go follow me over on Rumble. Definitely want to subscribe on YouTube. Go follow me on X. Go follow me on Twitch. All my video game stuff goes on Twitch, and this show is going to be up on Twitch at 8 p.m. tonight. In case somebody misses
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a lot more of that. You see, I rebroadcast our show from last week already too.
Very cool.
But definitely go follow me on Twitch, and if you want to support the channel financially, you can always go to my Subscribestar page where you can see my artwork for a nominal fee and the stories I've already written for the Privateer. I mean, you got to look at the already plotted pages of the book.
The Privateer.
You know, the Privateer. That's right. That's my guy. And then, of course, you can always go to Joe's Atmosphere if you want to learn more about myself and my schedule and everything. A little bit of history on me, my schedule, and some of the stuff I'm going to be putting on sale here soon. And then down at the bottom, if you've got a commission you want done, all you have to do is email me. It's right down there on the bottom at JoesAtmosfere.com. So you guys, all the links have already been put in the chat by Vince. He's the hardest working guy in YouTube, and I appreciate him very much. Thanks a lot, Vince.
Muchas gracias, Vince.
Yeah, he is awesome. He says, cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time, and stay nerdy, everybody, and have yourself a good night. And you know what I'm going to say. Until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.